Okay, yeah, yes, yeah. Molly, what is YH? Yeah. How's everyone doing today? Do not use your microphones because I don't have my headphones on. All right, just let me know in the chat. How's everyone? Did everyone go and look at the assignment? Do you have any questions? You are free to ask me even today. We have another session next week as well. And we have to add one additional session, 1.5 hours. I was thinking of also training you guys in some other subject. So for today, I wanted to keep things a little simple. Well, not that simple. I wanted to teach you guys analysis, so I'm just using that. I wanted to use a board instead, the whiteboard, but I don't know how to use it properly, but yeah, whatever. Doesn't matter. This would be fine as well. Okay, so today I'm going to start by teaching you guys something called tools matrix analysis. Okay, so let's start with PESTEL. And you guys already know a bit about this. We have studied throughout the whole course mostly about what we call PESTEL. PESTEL stands for, if anyone doesn't know, it stands for politics, economics, socio-cultural trends, economic situation, / buying power, political, which could include political climate of region, okay, social cultural trends, technology. Tech, we also include infrastructure. I would also call this probably related to educational sector, call it medicinal sector. We also call this roads, railways, and etc. Okay, this is all included. And the other part of VEL is call it the environment. This is related to sustainability, nature, can also be related to pollution and people's belief system as well, and protecting the natural environment. All related to that. And then lastly, the L is for law or legality issues. This also involves this also involves the government. Politics, not so much, but government makes a lot. Okay, and how businesses are affected by law. There's intellectual property, taxes, tariffs, quotas, national laws, sanctions, and even what do you call it, boycotts and stuff like that. Okay, so that's a good idea what PESTEL is, but this is not the analysis part. What is the PESTEL analysis? So if you guys are on the side chatting away, why don't you try to participate and tell me what's the first thing we do in a PESTEL analysis? Who can tell me? What's the first thing we do in a PESTEL analysis? Anyone? No one? Draw a table. Okay, Victoria, you're not wrong. I don't disagree. I can draw a table too. Should I draw a table? Okay, according to Victoria, we draw a table. So I'm gonna draw a table, I guess. I'm just gonna insert a table. Okay, so there we go. This is according to Victoria. We should do is draw a table. What do you guys think? No, Victoria. The first thing we do is research the country. That's the first thing we do. Okay, let me change this to this part. Okay, research the country. This is the first thing you're supposed to do. Everything you in learning in business is always focused on research. Do not show up without doing your homework. Well, when I say homework, doesn't mean my homework. It means that you are prepared. You have all the research ready. You focused in on the actual things you need to do. But since someone comes to you and asks, let's say your management or you're a consultant, and they say we're finding that our products are pretty popular in XYZ country, maybe we should open up our store over there, or maybe we should export our goods. Should we open a licensing store, a reseller there? What should we do? So the first thing you're going to do is say, well, I'm going to go research that country. So you're going to research the whole pastel thing. But when you start researching, the second part is to remain objective. Pastel is the framework for tool used by marketers and analyzed and monitored, not only by marketers, it's used by all business people. It's not a tool, it's more of a thought process. Okay, Raksham? A pastel analysis is more of a thought process. We don't really have to use this all the time. It becomes second nature. But yeah, you can call it a tool. I don't disagree. It's a tool either. Excuse me. When we say remain objective, usually what happens when people research materials such as politics, economics, and all. Let's say I am Zara. I wish to open up my store in India. So when I come to the political part, you should not write that Narendra Modi is the prime minister or, he is a premier of India. Okay, he is. What does that have to do with anything? Is that objective to my, is that objectivity? No, that's subjectivity. Subjectivity is it's not the whole. It loosens the message of pastel analysis. We try to remain objective in pastel. When we research the country, we try to focus in on our business objectives. That's the first thing. The business objectives, let's say, is to enter a market and focus in on, let's say, one objective could be the type of customers we're targeting could be the ones who are exposed to the brand. If they're exposed to the brand, so when we open a store, we would like to open a store in, let's say, a much more advanced metropolitan area where the consumer or the population is more internationally exposed to foreign brands. Okay, so objectively, if I enter a market, the political part would be that these people in this region are much more open-minded and receptive to foreign brands, whereas most of India might be focused on national brands. So this is remaining objective. Okay, political statement, political correctness. Maybe when I enter this, that we can say there could be opposition from the local government. That is also political. Local government might ask for some sort of, I would say, compensation. That if you open up your store, you might have to employ local people of that region. You might have to, what do you call, pay a certain type of taxes. Or you have to sign a certain type of contract or bond with the government. It could be anything. You have to remain objective. Same goes with the economic situation. For example, economic situation of the people, economic situation of the country. Let's say if you open up let's say in the Middle Eastern country, usually they don't ask for taxes. but the economic situation of people could be very poor. They cannot afford your products. So you might have to change the pricing, but that's for later. You only write the research that is presented to you. So research the country, remain objective. Okay, one idea is to say objective, avoid subjective research material. They don't help the analysis. Oh yeah, I'll just write in business. Our goal is to remain. And I would go as far to say when you're subjectivity is for philosophers. We are not philosophers. Okay. You say that everything when you're writing when you're done? No. Take down notes. Oh, look at the easy way. Just send me what you've done. Why? I'm going to erase all of this. I'm going to delete it, and I'm not going to even send you the video. Is that okay with you, Judd? Be effective. Another way of taking an example of being objective, I think I'll do the whole exercise of the objective exercise with you guys. The thing is, PESTEL analysis, they do it like in half an hour. This is a research. Okay, a research can take up to a month, can take up to 2 months, and you could still be stuck in the PESTEL part. But researching a country, you always start with the idea that you can go there. Okay, so I'm going to write this down. It's done usually because from the current affair situation, you believe a certain region is a lucrative market. Okay, your research must also be focused on the present. So I hope this makes sense to you guys. You can take down notes. I'm not going to share these slides, but I will share the video. After a while, I'm going to ask them to delete the video. Try to understand the philosophy behind this. When we do PESTEL, generally speaking, these two parts, okay, we focus in usually on the present. When I say the present, you look at the news. This is the best source of information, but it can also be biased, okay? News channels, as you probably know, are owned by political lobbyists, political characters, or agents, and they can push their own agenda. So that's why, number one, remain objective. Take news with a grain of salt, but do the research, find out all sorts of information, and start plugging in the values. So for plugging in the values, as Pia said, we will now make a table. So okay with you, Pia? So how many columns? Make it two. No, let's make it three. How many rows? 7. Okay. Uh, there. research. Yeet. Okay. This is the simplest one. All right. What I'm trying to do, let's say, is research for first, what is my business objective and why should I be researching? So first of all, find a region. Let's say I'm going to take the region France, and I am, let's say, a a Pakistani franchise for fast food like Chicken Spot. I would like to open up my franchise in Europe, and I choose France as the first region to go to. So I'm going to look at all of these pastel particulars in the form of current affairs and the research that I would have to do or have done. Okay, so I'm not going to do the entire research right in front of you, but what I could show you is the methodology in which how I think. So currently, what's up in politics in France? Can you slide to the number 2? Okay, sure. Sorry, Urvi. Let me go back. Is this a slide you want to look at, Urvi? I'm having Ricola. Urvi, don't open up your microphone. Just type if this is the right slide. Yes. Oka doka. Are you going to take a snapshot? Don't worry, I'll be sharing all of this with you guys, okay? You're welcome, dear. Okay, so moving ahead. By the way, we're going to take this very nice and slow. I want everyone to be on the same page. After Pastel, we'll do internal audit, which is basically strengths and weaknesses. And after that, we'll try to design a toes matrix. So we'll spend our 3 sessions together, so each session on each. Moving ahead. So I chose France as my, from the point of view of current affairs, politics. France is a democracy, right? Open for business to foreigners. And Paris has a large number of, I would say, immigrants. This is the current affair. This is objective. Why not? My food item is also targeted towards immigrants. Research shows I can research number of immigrants. My food is going to be halal, so I can research number of Muslims. I'm going to also research what I would say to be objective. I would say being political, difficulty in opening a local store, political mafias. Political mafias could be lobbyists that could bully you to shut down your business, or they could be regional groups or pressure groups that don't allow foreigners to enter the market. I've seen this happen in France or even in Paris, where you can't even open up a nice pizzeria or kebab store in a very posh area. They don't allow it. Then they don't even allow you to buy a house. So we have to be, I have to research that as well. So number of immigrants, number of Muslims. I would just correct this too. Difficulty in opening a local store, political mafias, issues but this is more than enough, okay, for me to get started. dot dot dot. I agree. Number of foreign businesses in Paris too, but this is in politics. I'm saying open to business. I'm pretty sure there are numerous foreign businesses in France itself. Well, I'm trying to open up a small chain. Let's come to the economics part, the buying power of people, local audience, okay, taxes, any sort of what do you call it, tariffs. I would say also business, not I wouldn't say business taxes, but economic situation would be, let's say, well, this is a current affair. This is all I know at the moment. So buying power, local audience, it's usually high. Taxes, there are a lot. There might be some tariffs. So what the research would hold is, I would say, understand the tax structure. Okay. Under research, I would say also the social strata. Social stratas are basically social statuses in middle income, higher income people, and all those things, and what they usually buy. Buying, that would come under buying habits and things like that. So this is what I will start with. I will research this social strata, or I would talk also about an economic situation. Do I have to pay any sort? Do I get subsidies, subsidized rates, or do I pay extra for importing goods to the country? So once again, coming back, no foreign business. Okay, you guys don't have any questions. So far, so good. What the current affair is my current knowledge also, and what I would like to research, and I'll start plugging in those values. Okay, social cultural trends. So I'm trying to open up France, but usually we can say there are three metropolitan cities. Consumer is becoming more receptive foreign products, foreign brands, American influence on youth. So same thing over here. I would say, all right, there are three metropolitan cities in major metropolitan cities in France that could be very lucrative. Paris, Marseille or Nice or Lyon or Toulouse or whatever you want to call it. I mean, focusing on three. Consumers becoming more receptive to foreign brands. Who is this consumer? Could be the younger audience. And the American influence in youth, such as rap music, fast food, and watching Netflix. Does that have an impact? Could probably do. So, uh, how receptive are they? Receptive to foreign foods, fast food, image, pricing maybe as well. I should put pricing economics. Let's go items. Okay, let me just drag this a bit here. I think this would just drag it a bit here and this here. Yeah, much better, I suppose. Okay. So if you notice, just a for fast food image in general, or I would say what type of brand creates a positive reception? Two could be research. Okay. But once again, all of this, what's it linking back to? What's my objectivity? Launching a new business. That's my objectivity. All right. So I'm trying to remain objective as possible. I'm only trying to research those things that lend objectivity to my research. Any questions so far? No questions? You guys are cool? No? No? For tech, think very carefully. Maybe we are not so, I mean, I can say France is a developed nation. So over here, I just research maybe payment methods. And regarding setting up my business, I would think about e-government. I need to pay my taxes. Do I have to go to a site just like I did yesterday? Which reminds me, shit, I have to actually just check my cotisation. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Let me share the screen again. Let me stop this part. Let me share my screen. Share application screen, application. Share. Can you guys see? No, wait. So confusing. Stop sharing this. Share application window. This one. Yeah, this is what I wanted to show you guys. Ooh, what's this? That's me. All right. This is for setting up your business. I also am an auto entrepreneur. So this is what I will show you. If you can see the screen, this is where you can also pay your taxes or social security. Well, mostly social security. So I have to log in and I go into. Hey, am I not logged in? Let me just check. Something called paying. Yeah, connected. What's this? It's already here, but that's not my password. No. I have to take out my Sire number. I just wanted to show you. Okay, copy paste. Excuse me. So for auto entrepreneurs, we have something that we have to declare, which is Social Security. All right. And over here it says déclarer et payer. So I go here, my échéance for I pay every quarter. All right. This is old. Okay. Usually starts opening here. Every one trimester later, I get to pay. It gives me the date. So this is also related to economics. So I should stop sharing this one. Go back to the slides. There we go. Share. Okay. Okay. So France is a development nation. What's the payment method? What's the e-government? So what can facilitate how it can facilitate my business in a way. So technology is also a way of facilitation of business. So France is a developed nation. I can look into also app technology, internet speed. Okay, do I need to set up a website just in case if I need to access a different type of customer? So this could be helpful. Environment, this once again could be related to somewhat of the laws, but uh, when I will be, sorry, I'm just going to disconnect my microphone for 1 second. Hello. Looks like I have to talk. Hello. Can you hear me, guys? All right. That's great. So environment is related to, but is it related to what I'm doing? Maybe. So I'm selling, let's say, fast food. So perceived as unhealthy. Any laws protecting against obesity? Uh, Maybe that could be one because we have something called manger bouger. If, so this could be seen, my food could be seen in a negative light, right? So it's fast food perceived as unhealthy. Yeah, it is. In France, it's perceived as very unhealthy. People, but the younger audience in general loves fast food. So once again, I'm only dividing my research and my current affair knowledge according to Pastel because for what's coming next. Okay, what next is basically the idea is to input all of this research data that I find into my SWOT analysis. And from there, I will be able to design my strategies. Any questions so far? Nope. All good in the neighborhood. I think Jaws is the only one awake. See a lot of other people. Wait a minute. Who's Harshbir Singh? Wait a minute. Excel file. Mr. Harshbir Singh, you are in my class? You've never showed him up to my class. I would like a response from you, Mr. Harshbir. I see you're logged in. No, the semester is almost over. We have one more class to go. Uh, by the way, I've asked everyone to close their microphone, so if you say something, I can't hear you. Let me just check. Reshma, Amanda, Jenny, Edmilson, Felix, Molly, Jad, Pratham, Maria, Minho, Victoria, Raksham, Suziana, and Urvi. All right, you guys are here. Okay, so I didn't get a response from him. I don't know why. Okay, it's law and legality. So I would probably definitely look into fast food retailing. I know there are a lot of controls on food sales, temperature, control, what you call the word, health inspection. It's very strict. So for this, I would just have to research the law pertaining to, I would say, what's the word we say? Health inspections. Health inspections, sales, fast food. That's about it. Okay, so this is the most objective I can remain. Of course, it would deviate, but currently my only objective was to enter a French market with a fast food business from a Pakistani point of view. And I said, if I'm going to enter, this is what I'll have to tackle. So let's make the safe assumption that all of this, we find our research and then we try to plug in those values. Okay, so moving ahead, what I'm going to do is copy paste this. Oh, I don't need to copy paste. I'll just control D this. And this part, this X, B, and where is it? Split cells. Double and oh, sorry guys, I was okay. Yeah, that's better. So here are some research data points which we can use later on in our SWOT analysis. Pew pew lasers. So what did I research? Politics. I found out number of immigrants or Muslims living in the country, difficulty in opening a local store. I find out that France is very complex in terms of doing foreign business. But opening franchise is not impossible. But it has difficulties, okay? Economic wise, okay, it's also taxes high, even for consumers. So both businesses and people suffer. So pricing will be difficult. Okay, pricing would be a challenge. I would write this. Ah, mention something. No, no messages. You guys have any questions? You? All quiet in the neighborhood. I'm pretty sure most of you guys have gone back to bed and sleeping. Only John and Ed Milson are awake. Don't worry, guys. It's almost 9:30. I'm gonna give you guys a break then. Social cultural trends, foreign brands, especially Indian food, I would say, is highly demanded. Especially Indian food is highly demanded. So that's a positive outlook. Tech is people are tech savvy. The government is not so tech savvy. Meaning I will have to use it's the government's still very bureaucratic. Red tape. There's a lot of red tape in the government. Red tape means that there are a lot of bureaucratic processes. It makes it difficult to file for your taxes. You probably need to hire a lawyer and an accountant, a local one, to help you out in these issues. Okay, but this is for the future. Right now, I'm just objective, writing things down. Law, no, sorry, environment. Yes, there is protection against advertising for fast food. So we have the manger bouger thing, but there's no law to block it, to block your sales. In fact, people can petition also to stop you from opening your store or restaurant in posh areas, but that goes back into politics. However, you're not concerned about that at the moment. That could be very regionally focused. We're looking at a country in a global scale, okay? So, yeah, there are several strict laws in the fast food category. So, I would just say take heed. We're done with the PESTEL analysis in a way. We have our research data points. We did the current affairs part. And then we actually, when a current affair, that is current knowledge that we possess or the market possess, but we aren't sure if this is a truth. So we get to the ground realities. We start our research. We focus in on the current environment. And when we actually get those data points, we use those data points as objectively as possible to feed into our SWOT analysis. So the next thing would be Porter's 5 forces. But the thing is, Porter's 5 forces is a little too soon to teach all of you. You'll probably learn this down the future road, but I will mention what Porter's 5 forces is before I give a break. Michael Porter came up with an analysis tool, analytical tool, and the competitive nature of the industry. These include the 5 things. Okay. Barriers to entry to the current market. Power of competitor, direct rival. Power of substitutes, direct rivals. Bargaining power of customers. Economic value demand. Bargaining power of suppliers. Supply chain. Mechanism. Purchasing cycle. So let me explain this very carefully and as quickly as possible, or I'll come back and explain it to you guys because I also want to have some breakfast, and then we'll continue this once I come back. So for now, I'm pausing the recording. Okay.